Anyone? Good. Anyone else from that side? Can anyone read that? Meaning also. Daily, right? We all have a resource to overcome that. So whenever the need overcomes the resource, that becomes a stress. That's what your friend was telling. So when we come across many of the challenges in our daily routine, whenever our resources fall short of a stressor or a demand or a pressure, we call it as stress, right? So stress is the reaction in people secondary to excessive pressure or other types of demand placed upon them. It arises when the worry that they can't cope. Cope is nothing but a resource thing within us. Right? That's why definition the stress is equal to when pressure is more than resource. Then we call it stress. So what are the different types of stress? Right? So how to cope up, how to enhance our performance with that. So these positive stress will lead to increased performance. Right? Like that we have negative stress as well. There are some photos actually. Right? Ease irritability, unable to focus, unable to fall asleep, constant worries, thinking regarding the different sources of stress. Now we are focusing more on the career, right? We have a social, we have a career related, we have a spiritual, health related, financial, intellectual, and family related stresses, right? So we basically focusing on the two type of stress, right? One is positive, another is negative. Positive is also called as eustress, right? Positive is also called as eustress. So which will make you successful, positive and energetic. If there is no stress, there is no drive to grow also. So no stress means nothing. There is a stagnant phase. So whenever it has certain limit, right, it leads to failure, disappointment. We will come across a threshold failure. So this is what I was telling about the curve, stress and performance, right? So this x-axis is about the stress, the y is about the performance. So until some extent the stress is good, which will increase your performance to this point, right? Which we call it as a eustress. Whenever it crosses certain limit, right? Second half of the curve, see that will lead to the distress, right? So initial half, that will make you alert, active, and your performance will be very optimal. So first half of your stress will lead to increased performance. Second half will lead to decreased performance. Certainly, we will take a wrong decision, which leads to the failure, which in turn will increase the stress. Right? So again, each and every we are very different, right? So we are very different. By body makeup as well as brain makeup. That means the way we think, the way we analyze, the way we behave is the same environment differs from person to person. So everyone is different, unique perception of and reaction statements. So eventually we will same, but the way we perceive, the way we process, the way we analyze, the way we think, the way we behave differs. That's the reason if we ask some 10 out of this whatever number sitting here, right? 10 may give a different stressor things, right? One may tell about the exam, one may tell about the marks, one may tell about the reading. So all will have a perceptual capability, different thought process and different behavior. Then there is no single level of stress that is optimal for all people. That's what. The same stress what we feel as some the person A may not be stressor for a B. The same level may not go for person Z. Like that. So there is no kind of optimal. Like we tell this is a very common thing. We tell to our friends, our family members. Hey, I haven't like that, I haven't like this. So it's very minor thing. How can it become stressful? So these are the things we come across. But actually, stress will not remain same for everyone. There is no like permanent optimal level for stress. Some are more sensitive owing to the experience in childhood, the influence of teachers, parents, and culture, etc. Right? So that's the reason we call it as a nature and nurture mechanism or nature nurture pathway. So it all depends upon our genes as well as the surrounding. Right? How we nurture in the our early childhood and what are our genes make up, family background, family in the gene level. So these all will decide how susceptible or how receptive the person to any changes in the environment or stressful environment. Right? So whatever it is, it all how this stress arises is because of the how we perceive that event, how we take that experience. So majority time it is self-generated to an external environment. So it's all about how we perceive life, whether an event makes us feel threatened or stimulated, encouraged, discouraged, happy or sad, depends upon a large extent how we perceive ourselves. Right? It all depends upon what are the past experience we encountered in the past and how we overcome that, what are the failure things. Right? When the mindful is assessing the situation, assessing the demand mindfully means seeing it in all angles, taking a proper decision. Right? There sometimes a decision may fail, but a thoughtful decision will help in taking or handling the future stresses or events. Right? Self-generated stress is something of a paradox because so many people think of the actual cause when they are upset. So we try to put it on others. Right? Many times the locus of control is internal. Right? There is a saying that knowing half about the enemy is half won. Right? If we know the reason for the stress, it means we already have traveled the problem. So recognize that we create most of our own upset is an important first step towards coping with them. So if we are able to identify or point out what exactly disturbing us or why we are not able to focus or able to become attentive to anything or study anything. So if you are able to find that, it is kind of solved problem. So what is what a body does whenever we come across stress, right? So that is called as a general adaptation. So whenever we come across a stress, our body does some mechanisms that is called as general adaptation syndrome also. So it has 3 stages. The first is alarm response, adoption is the second stage, and exhaustion is the third stage, which means we fully of a distress. So what is this alarm response? Right? It is a sympathetic mechanism in the beginning, right, which will lead to fight or flight response that prepares the body for immediate response. So we find a problem or a stressor, our body will cope up in the beginning time of the stressors. We are able to overcome the stressor, that is the initial phase. The second phase is like adaptation. This phase is common and not necessarily harmful. It may be physiological or it may turn pathological or harmful, but must include periods of relaxation and rest to counterbalance the stress response. Here we come across fatigue, conscious lapses, irritability, lethargy. Result as a stress turns negative. When our resources falling short of pressure, we go to the end of adaptation, which is turn into pathological process. The last one is exhaustion phase, which is a pathological form of a stress, which is called as a distress. In chronic stress situations, suffer or enter exhaustion phase, where their emotional, physical, and mental resources suffer heavily. The body experiences adrenal exhaustion, leading to decreased stress tolerance, progress to mental and physical exhaustion, illness, and collapse. There is something called as hypothalamo-pituitary adrenal axis, right? So this is basically become more active in terms of whenever we come across stress, right? So if you have seen during exam time, students will fall sick very easily. They will get common cold, cough very commonly, because whenever there is an exhaustion phase, the immunity comes down. There is a very good relation between the stress and the immunity. Initial stimulation of the hypothalamus axis will lead to very minimal release of what we call as anti-inflammatory, which will be very minimal, and pro-inflammatory will be more active. When it goes to the last phase, exhaustion phase, there will be more anti-inflammatory, right? Way more immunomodulator, decreased immunity, leading to the person become easily susceptible for infection. That's the reason there is something called as immunopsychology, psychiatry or neuropsychiatry, where stress is a major cause of repeated infections, especially in students, especially who are doing a stressful work. Right now we go to the I told about the symptoms, right? Physical symptoms and behavioral symptoms. Physical will be, there may be tachycardia, tachypnea, there may be variation in temperature, variation in the blood pressure. Then many times it will be more hypertensive. Sometimes because of tachycardia there will be secondary hypertension, right? So these are the physical. Behavioral, like we become restless, we feel low, very less anything. Stress, there may be masking behavior like nail biting, like not able to sit at a place. These are the behavioral, emotional things, right? How to overcome recognition why we are becoming stressed, or the reason for the stress. Then is the ABC strategy, which is awareness, balance, and control, right? For this we need a very calm mind, right? What I call mindful thought, right? That is a basic necessary to overcome the stresses, right? So how to change the thinking process, right? So mindfulness is nothing but becoming a third person, away from the person as well as a thought, right? Seeing it from as a third person. What exactly that, why this thought has come, how I am processing. Seeing it from the other angle is mindfulness. So with that it will help to reframe, right? Let's assume many times we come across that exam preparation. At the last moment we start reading. Again we feel the syllabus issues heavy, and we'll put some timetable. Unable to put timetable in that whatever required time or whatever time you have with you. So that time again we have to make a hierarchy thing in that. Whatever topic you want to read and schedule time, you have to put a hierarchy. Put the first thing first, right? So reframing with the go with the positive mind, right? When we have less time, more topic, again the result is it's very difficult to complete the entire thing, because we have not studied early. That we should accept. That is mindfulness. One mindfulness, right? Second thing is, in whatever time we have to put a timetable according to the time we have, right? Again, that should be in a hierarchy. That will lead to a positive thinking with a reframing of a plan. So what are the good behaviors we should adopt to have a good coping strategies, good coping skills? The first is assertiveness. We should be organized. There should be a proper time management. When ventilation means expressing the thoughts with or sharing with the dear ones and near ones, right? There should be humor, and we should use a diversion and distraction technique. Now we will discuss about this assertiveness. So what is assertiveness? Okay, assertiveness helps to manage stressful situations and will in time help to reduce their frequency. Lack of awareness often shows lower self-esteem and low self-confidence. The key to assertiveness is verbal non-communication. Extending our range of communication skills will improve our assertiveness, right? So what is assertive? Assertive is telling our own thought, our own desired thing without affecting the opposite person the what emotions, right? If let's assume we'll take two people. Yes, you. Nice. ನೀನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವನು ಕೂಡ ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಈಗ we'll have we'll check how assertive these people are. Assertive is telling our own thing without hurting their emotions. ಆಯ್ತಾ. Let's assume they are having exam on coming Monday. ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾವಾರ Tuesday, so Friday they are having exam, right? What's your name? Is it Prashant. ಶರಣ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಇಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಐತೆ and Prashant is calling you for a movie. ಏನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುವಾರ, ಇವತ್ತು ಗುರುವಾರ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇದೆ. Prashant is calling Sharan for a movie. What will you tell? Just call it. Invite him for a movie. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ and yet they will check what will express, will make you realize or understand what exactly assertive is. Very important thing in our day-to-day practice, not only in student phase, for us also, right? Yes. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಶರಣ್ ಕೇಳಕತ್ತಾನ. ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಐತಿ. ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಏನ್ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಶುಕ್ರವಾರ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫೈನಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್, ರೈಟ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ಶರಣ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್. ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಶರಣ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಕತ್ತಾನ ಗುರುವಾರ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ರಾತ್ರಿ 9 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಎಸ್, ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್, ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್. ಶರಣು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೇನೆ, ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಎಸ್. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ directly, this is not telling ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಐತಿ. This is not you are very close friends, right? He is inviting. This is not the thing we use as a assertive person, right? Because ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಅವಾಗ what you will tell him? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಹೋಗೋಣ. Yes, no, they are telling the exact fact. ಆಯ್ತು, ಅವರೇನು ರಿಯಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶರಣ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಕೂಡ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಎಸ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮೂವಿ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು, ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ದಾಗ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷ ಮುಂದಿರೋದು. ಮೋರ್ ಮೈಂಡ್ಫುಲ್. ಸೊ ನೀವೇನು ಪ್ರಶಾಂತ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು ಓದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಥವಾ ನಾವೇನು ಶಾಣೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ದೊಡ್ಡದ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವೇನು ಭಾರಿ ಕೆಟ್ಟವರಲ್ವ. ಯೂಶಲಿ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಅಬ್ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಡ್ರಗ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಆಲ್ಕೋಹಾಲ್. They will tell, if we consider this as other scenario like alcohol, it will make it alcohol, it will become more interesting, more lively. Yes, it will change into alcohol. Alcohol is good, better. So whenever a person calls for any substance use, anything, movie is a very smallest example which you come across in this phase. Again, this happens holds foods with a substance also, right? Alcohol, cigarette, right? Whenever you call for that, ಕುಡಿಯೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನಪ್ಪ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಮೋಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಟಿನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಟ್ಟವ್ರು, ನಾವು ದಾರಿ ಬಿಟ್ಟವ್ರು, ರೈಟ್? ದೇ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್, ಯೂಸ್ ಸಮ್ ಎಮೋಷನಲ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ರೈಟ್? ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಕೆಟ್ಟವ್ರು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ದೋಸ್ತಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಾವು ಅಷ್ಟು ಮಾಡೋದಿರಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿ ಕಮ್ ಅಪ್. ಹೌ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಅಸರ್ಟಿವ್ without losing the friendship, but not going to whatever party or whatever that event, right? So developing that skills is a assertive skills. So this is very, very important in our routine life, because if our Sharan goes with him, he may just go with him because of that friendship sake, but he will not enjoy that also, like he will not able to perform well also in the exam. They keep hurting him again and again and again, right? Because of that he may not perform well in the exam also, right? So these are the basic skills we should develop in our daily life. So who are assertive people, right? So they respect themselves as well as others. That is very, very important. Next day ಬರುವಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ನಾವು, right? That may hurt, right? So respecting your friendship, but sticking to your decision, that is what assertiveness is. Take responsibility for actions and choices, and you can't blame others, right? Like after going away, it's not me, see this fellow Prashant has took me to moon. No, it is your decision. That's the reason the locus of control should be within ourselves, within that fellow only. Many times we came across the alcoholics or any substance. If you might have heard about alcoholics, hey, naanella ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನ್ರಿ, ಆ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ, ನನ್ನ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ, right? Work stressor, work ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಕಿರಿಕಿರಿ ಅಪ್ಪ ವೈಟ್ ಕಡೆ ಕಿರಿಕಿರಿ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ they keep on telling the names. The name will be different always. Each and every situation, once they may tell about the wife, maybe friends, maybe parents, staff. Here what you should observe is they are blaming others, not taking the responsibility, right? So those are the things again, whenever any situation, whatever decision we take, we should own the responsibility, whether it go right or wrong. Right? So that's the reason the Dhoni has told us very great captain. Whenever they win, so he sends some other people for the press conference. Whenever lose, he will go for the right. Is it right? So that's the reason he one quality, the assertive is MS Dhoni is having. Right? Ask openly for what they want. Right? See, if you like, we should learn how to tell no. Right? So whenever you want something, you should put it in front of your opposite person or whoever you want, right? So it should be told directly, right? But softly, right? So that is one important thing. And you should tell no also. You should learn how to tell no also. When disappointed, you can tell like you are wanted. When you are wanted denied, you should tell no without losing the temper, without showing anger. Right? If you are not happy, which if you are disappointed, express your disappointment without showing any temper or without losing your temperament, without showing anger. Right? In all these things, what you are able to see is the person's self-respect, self-confidence remains intact throughout the interaction, throughout the events. So, and these people will not rely on others' approval. Right? They try to convince the others what is logically correct for them. They will try to express their rights and wrongs, their desires, their likes, dislikes, right? So they never reliant on the approval of others. So they put the locus of control with them only, right? So these are the very important things as a assertive person or people. So how to establish these skills again, right? Always you should have a eye-to-eye contact. ED is what you call eye-to-eye contact, right? So you should not stare and don't look at other way. Like whenever you speak to someone, try to have eye-to-eye interaction, right? And you should not be shown this restless or kind of a discomfort. So that convey two things: whether you are not interested or your esteem is low. Both can the possibilities. Stand or sit comfortably whenever you have this conversation with others. Talking firm and steady voice. Right, whatever you tell, it should be very clear, right? Without any circumstances, guma ಏನilla, ಸೀದಾ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು, right? So we should have proper body language, and whatever you are trying to convey, you should tell in a very soft way, not in an adamant way. That is not a assertive thing. So telling it logically and in a soft manner is a assertive thing, right? And whatever you tell, whatever you feel, you should be able to give a reason. Logical reason for that, right? Sir, I was telling Nale exam is there, so we'll see. We should come in at the end, not at the beginning only, right? Maybe very close friends, even then, right? So you should be able to tell the reason why what are you are telling or feeling. That will give more insight about the whatever talk or event of the person. And I told you should not tell guma, right? No? Don't use that circumstance. You ಸುತ್ತಾಕೊಂಡು ಬರೋದು ಅಲ್ಲ. ಭಾಗ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ ಐತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಸಂಪೂರ್ಣ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ 12ನೇ ಶತಮಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬುಡದ ಸಿನಿಮಾ ಬಸವ ಕಲ್ಯಾಣ ಗುಮಾ ಕೇಳಿ ಲೈಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ ಟು ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್. ವರ್ಷವೇ ಮೈ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಬಸವರಾಜ್. Like that we should be very up to the point, concise. Whenever these are skills of so again the next very important thing is get organized. Organized is nothing but putting a hierarchy list, and one should be that which carries a more importance should be put in the first line, followed by the less important things, and it should be done with a good amount of time, right? This organization need again timing is one other part of a organization. Organizing the things in a proper way. So whenever you are very much organized, even though if you get any out of blue problems, all of sudden problems also, you will be able to handle in a better manner. Let's assume if you are reading, preparing, or doing your work homework regularly, you have to sir, put a sudden test on some topic. You will able to perform well. That is, he never announced, Mantos have never announced that he is going to conduct test. All of them, 9 will come and later 9:30 will have test on this. So if your preparation is fine, if you are a very organized person, that doesn't make a much difference for you. Yes, fine, good, right? So that is nothing but out of view problem. So all of a sudden also test, and you will be ready for that long back, right? So the prioritizing objectives, duties, activities make them manageable. So when you put a thing in hierarchy manner, whatever come to you, you will be able to handle in a better way. So when you organize, you will not overload your mind, right? You will be giving proper time, proper importance to each and every your stressors or issues, right? Gaps or less misunderstandings, which will lead to make us able to handle in a better way. The next is the continuous, there is a time management, right? So we should be planned, which again we should put a hierarchy. Time management is a part of that good organization, right? So now is ventilation. Ventilation means expressing our feeling with our close one or near one, right? A problem shared is a problem also. Whenever we share a problem with a near one, and we should be very choosy while sharing our problem. There are two type of people. You know, like people are caring and curious. ಕಾಳಜಿ ತೋರಿಸೋರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ, ಕಾತುರ ತೋರಿಸೋರು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. Both are very different. The question remains same. ಏನಾಗ್ತಿದೆ ಶರಣ್? Right? It may be a secondary to care towards Sharan, or I am curious what happened to Sharan. So we should be very choosy when we are sharing our problems or stresses. So whenever we share with the right person, it itself will solve the problem to a greater extent, right? So develop a support network through friends or colleagues to talk with. It's not always events that are stressful, but how we perceive them, right? So again, what I am telling, it is you and only you, can make a big difference to overcome any stressor. So writing a diary or notes may help release feelings. So writing diary, how it will help is like, so if in a cricket match they will give a pitch report, no? Right, ball will bounce, it will seem a return after 10-20 years, like that. If you know your personality, right, how you behave in certain particular situations, so you will tell yourself for some change, right? Personality is nothing but a particular way of thinking, behaving in a ever-changing environment, right? Whenever some situations are there, if you know their personality, you will tell this Sharan will behave like this, Prashant will behave like this, right? So it is a near perfect way of thinking and behaving with a changing environment, right? So if you know about yourself, right, routinely, let's say routinely we assess personality for girls and boys who are like above 18, whenever they come to our clinics or psychiatric OPD, right? So we will try to tell them this is your personality, so these are your best things, right? These are your good things, and these are things you have to improve more. So like that we want to make them understand, realize their personality, they can work up upon them. So daily writing a note for a daily will tell about your personality, right? It will tell how we have behaved and what was the result of that. So if